There's only one thing to do.
Drop it. Yeah.
Hey, it's RobotnikIsSexy, and this is going to be an actual Wi-Fi battle with a DS and Pokemon in it and actual Wi-Fi that is laggy and shitty. I know it's been 2 weeks since I've uploaded one. I do want to continue uploading them just because they are the reason I started YouTube, pretty much. I think they should be the sole source material, but anyway, I'll talk about that later. Let's get on with this match. He's going to lead with Volcarona. Now, I cannot resist just attacking Volcarona straight away, and it's going to have Focus Sash, and that's not too unusual, but then it's going to morph back into its Zoroark form and use the counter. I really should have seen this coming, because this random matchup singles team I'm using is my Double Ghost, Double Dragon, Dusclops, Gengar, Haxorus, Hydreigon. It works really well, and Breloom is getting a test run on it, and he seems to fit nicely too. You know, not surprisingly, he's a very powerful Pokemon who I loathe with the very entirety of my being, but he's going to help me take out Zoroark, which is great. Now I have to switch into Gastrodon, and after the Fire Blast, the Life Orb is going to show up, the Life Orb damage recoil, which is really great news for me. Because I was thinking, if this is Resto Chesto Volcarona, it's good game. Like, I can't do anything at all. And I am stupidly going to go for the Toxic. I wasn't expecting Substitute at all. Yeah, I don't know. Is that dumb of me not to expect Substitute? It definitely would have been better to just go for the Scald straight off, just because Gastrodon is probably not long for this world, since he or she is definitely going to want to get up those Quiver Dances, and it's going to go for the Psychic, which is it's a kind of unusual. Had he or she gone for the Bug Buzz, I probably would have died. Yeah, I can thank my lucky stars for that. And after Life Orb and Scald damage, the Volcarona is in range of Mach Punch KOing, and I'm just going to have to cross my fingers and hope I don't get the Flame Body hacks, if it does have Flame Body, which it probably does, but yeah, so offensive Life Orb, Sub, Quiver Dance, Volcarona is pretty good, but definitely I think the bulkier ones are scarier. So I'm going to finish that off, and he's going to throw out his last Pokemon, which is a Wobbuffet. Now, this is kind of perfect. This is the debut of Breloom on a random matchup team, and his last Pokemon is Wobbuffet. Now, I didn't want to get too greedy and go for multiple Sword Dances, because I thought he might wake up at any moment and use Encore. In fact, I thought he might wake up right now and use Encore. So I'm going to go for the Bullet Seed, and I'm going to hit once, twice. He's going to munch his Citrus Berry. And now I'm going to hit the thrice, and he's going to live on a smidgen, and I'm like, please don't wake up, please don't wake up. Doesn't wake up. If he had woken up, gone for the counter, it would have been his game right there. Although, yeah. So that was good, that was really nice. And this is going to be a Wi-Fi battle I had yesterday, an actual Wi-Fi battle with Smogon. On Smogon, the Wi-Fi battle finder, talking gibberish against a man by the name of Jekuto. Really nice guy. So, for some reason, I thought the Politoed lead was way too obvious. I thought he was going to lead with something else entirely, and that's going to really not help me out, because, yeah, Alakazam on Politoed definitely wins. Alakazam probably can't even take it down to half with Stab Psychic, and he can break my Sash with it, whatever. He does go for Scald, which is nice, and then I'm going to switch, double switch to Heatran, just in case he does have the Hidden Power Grass. Had he gone for Hidden Power Grass on the first turn, I would have called ESP bullshit, but it would have been a pretty smart play of him. I won't deny that, but yeah, luckily he didn't. It didn't look like he carried a grass knot at all the way he just switched out there, so that's nice. Jirachi is sub-call minding, and yeah, that's kind of okay with me because I'm just going to roar out, and I roar to the perfect Pokemon. Had I roared into Toxicroak or something, it would have been really, really bad. Well, actually, it probably wouldn't have been that bad, since I have Gengar, and Gengar walls Toxicroak to death. But speaking of Gengar, something really stupid is going to come up, but yeah, I'm going to go for Flamethrower. Looking at the damage, you know, I can take him out with another Flamethrower, so I thought he might want to go for Focus Blast, but this is honestly a really bad play, because he knows that Gengar threatens his team, and he also knows that going for Focus Blast twice in a row is really risky. So those are two really good reasons to go for Hurricane, and I am gonna totally flub it, which is a weird word, and just totally fuck up, and throw out Gengar into a Hurricane. He's gonna get one shot. So that's not good, but on the heels of that disaster, I am going to predict him to switch out into Politoed, get off an Earthquake. It did a lot of damage, It's going to kill it outright, which, you know, I was expecting it to be the defensive Politoed, but it's obviously not. It's the special defensive one. So he's going to get that free switch into Toxicroak because Gengar is dead. I am so screwed. He has a Keldeo. He has a Toxicroak, two things that Gengar loves to set up on, with the Substitute and the Disable, and I'm just really in a bad spot right now. I did look up sets. I did discover that I did think to myself he's probably running max speed Toxicroak, which meant he would have outsped Mamoswine and killed it. Had I stayed in, so I didn't want to risk that at all. So I'm just going to have to sack Heatran, go into Alakazam, which is the safest play I can do, and go for that Psychic. Amazingly, he's going to stay in. I was really afraid that he was going to switch into Jirachi to take the Psychic, because yeah, the Psychic is pretty obvious there, but I don't know. I guess he just really wanted to break my Sash, since Sash Zam is the most obvious thing ever, and he probably wanted my Sash out of the way so that his Scarf Keldeo could wreck my team like it's about to do. Definitely the way he sent in Keldeo signals to me that it is Choice Scarf, so yeah, I just leave Alakazam in to see what he's going to do, and he locks himself into the Fighting move, which once again Gengar would love to set up on. The good news is Marasquee takes that Secret Sword amazingly well. And the other good news is I know he's probably not going to want to stay in and go for another one since I toxicked him, so I'm going to go for the Scald, nicely predicting the switch out and nabbing Tornadus on the switch in, which is really great, but had I not been an idiot earlier on, I would have gotten rid of Tornadus like on turn 2 or 3, because I'm very sure that Heatran would have lived a Hurricane from its range of health. Although maybe it wouldn't have. You know, maybe one of you can comment and tell me maybe it wouldn't have. I mean, I do have max HP and special defensive, so, you know, probably might have. But anyway, he's going to crit Marasquee with Outrage, which at the time I didn't even catch that. I thought that he was like Choice Banded or something. And I'm like, oh, Banded Garchomp, that's weird. But it actually is a critical hit, which really sucks. But the crit Hex gods are going to smile upon me in a couple turns here because, well, I won't say it now. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, but let's just say right now, my only option is to stay in, go for Ice Shard, get some small little damage on Keldeo, and hope that my Ice Shard plus the poison damage is going to be enough for Life Orb Mach Punch to take out Keldeo. And yeah, the Hex gods, like I said earlier, are going to smile upon me, and I'm going to crit him for the other crit, and Keldeo is going to go down, which is really handy. I'm pretty damn sure that he would have lived that otherwise, and I just would have been obliterated. by a surf, but whatever. I'm going to do something really stupid again, and go for the Spore. Because he used Substitute earlier, that is a pretty big giveaway that he's running at like 36 speed EVs, just to outspeed Breloom and other slower Pokemon like Breloom. I mean, Breloom does have max neutral speed, but it's still outsped by 36 EV standard Jirachi, which, you know, is what's going to happen. But anyway, I'm going to take the Thunder amazingly well, since this guy does not have max IVs in Special Defense or HP. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. But as you saw there, I am going to get paralyzed on the turn. I went for Focus Punch. I think I might have had the game there, because I think the Focus Punch would have brought his health down low enough where he wouldn't have been able to substitute, and then I could have Focus Punched again. Not sure, but maybe. It's possible that he would have lived with enough health to substitute down to a smidgen and then kill me. But either way, really great game. Jekuto of Smogon. Yeah, just really great game. I am going to try to get more Wi-Fi battles, and that's gonna be it from the RobotnikIsSexy show. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, rating, or a comment. It would be really great. And yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. Goodbye.